really do anything of any importance, if you will. But the government's going to fund them. Oh, what about GM and Chrysler? The government's going to fund them too. No, man. If you can't make it on your own in this competitive industry, if you can't be competitive in the industry that you're in and you're hemorrhaging money and you've made bad decisions with the unions, you've agreed to bad terms with the unions, GM, every brand new car you buy, $2,500 to $3,000 of that car goes to pensions. Goes to pensions. It is amazing. There's a reason why they call them Generous Motors, or at least the people that worked for them. You know, when some of my relatives, when they travel to Florida, the snowbirds, and they go down to Florida to some of the retirement places, and you see some of these people that are living lavish lifestyles. I mean, they're lifestyles of the rich and famous, if you will. And you get to talk to them, and you ask them, what they do? Oh, man, work for GM. Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I screwed the nut on the steering wheel. 30 years. Retired. High on the hog. I mean, that's insanity. Like, that's absolute, utter insanity that someone could sit there and put one part on a vehicle, put a tire on, take a tire off, and that's all they ever did. Install a seat, install a headlight on a vehicle. That's all they did for 30 years. And they get to retire on, $150,000 a year pension plans that keep paying out. And some of them making more money being retired, getting paid more money being retired than they were when they were working. There's another, speaking of that, I mean, there's another, a friend of ours that I know very well, and God bless, that's awesome, that's great. They were in a situation where they started working for the government at the age of 18, and because of that position, they were allowed to retire at 25 years. And so this person did at 25 years after 18. So when my friend hit no, I think it was 30 years. They hit 30 years, so it'd be 48. Yeah, somewhere around there. I don't know what the exact time is. So we'll just say coming up on 50 years old, retired. I don't know if it was a full pension, but was able to retire, now receives a paycheck, a weekly check from the government, and medical expenses, all that's all taken care of by the government, and now can go out and get another job, work part-time somewhere else, and really enjoy the freedom of life. All that paid for by John Q. Taxpayer. That isn't how it was supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to work. And then when you've got more people working for the government than you do in the private sector, how does that make any sense? It doesn't. The government was always supposed to be small, always supposed to stay out of our lives, out of our lifestyle, so that we as the people, the way America was founded, the United States was founded, was the first time in all of human history that the people were more important than the government. That had never happened ever before, to where the citizens were higher up on the totem pole than the government. And the government was to serve the people. Unlike England, where you're still a servant, or you serve the monarch. You serve the government. The government is there for you, not the other way around. So that's why they're falling really hard into their socialist ideologies and societies. But I digress. So yesterday, Donald Trump was in when it would actually. Sorry, this was a while ago. This was right before Christmas, maybe about a week ago, right after our last show, last Sunday. Trump showed up South Carolina, Hilton Head, at a rally. And obviously, 20,000, 25,000 people there in South Carolina. The place was loud. It was going crazy. And so Trump had a few choice words to say about some of the things that are going on. Like I said before, the media was supposed to vet out some of these candidates and help give us correct information. Yet, as you heard from that sound clip, the media tries to trick up people that they don't like. But here's what Trump had to say on the media.
So maybe next time, I don't know. I think this is the largest room. I know it's a record for the room. It has to be a record because every inch of the room is taken with people, and they're standing, they're not sitting. So that's great. We love setting records. We want the country to set records, right? So, I do this, and I love to do it, and I talk about our success because that's ultimately what it's all about. I think we're going to do fantastically well in Iowa. I really think we're going to do great there. And I could say, if we came in the top 4 or 5, I'm looking to win everything. We want to run the table. We want to run it. Because that sends a signal. And, we've been we had to respond to Hilary. She came out with that. She came out, remember, she wrote, she said, he's demonstrated a penchant. I demonstrated a penchant for sexism. Can you believe it? Me. Nobody respects women more than Donald Trump. That I can tell you. And, when she said that, I had no choice because I didn't start it. I had no choice. And I did have to mention her husband's situation. Okay? And that is now the biggest story on television by a factor of 10. So we have to do it. You can't let people push you around. You can't let people tell lies. You can't do it. It's interesting. One of the polls came out from CNBC, and they said that if it's Trump against Hilary in the election, it will be the greatest voter turnout in the history of this country. I can see that. I can see it. And they said all of these people that are going to come in new, that never vote, they don't care. They're going to mostly, I'll tell you what, they're going to vote for Trump. That's why they're coming in, because they're so fed up with this system, this corrupt, horrible system. They're fed up with it. And they're fed up with those guys back there, the media. They are the worst.
So in this rally, if you will, the media is all in the back row. They're back in the back. And Donald Trump points to them, calling them corrupt in this corrupt system. It is just amazing how he's a plain talker and he speaks his mind. And there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, for the love of Pete, we probably wouldn't be in this situation with Obama doing what he does and this re-election that he had. I mean, we wouldn't be here if the media did their job. Instead of making the news, they just report the news or do, undercover investigative stories and find the stuff out, man. Instead of us having to find out the hard way, getting stuck with a bill of goods from some jackball named Obama. I mean, it's just, it's so frustrating. It's unheard of that he can get away with the things he's getting away with. And there was an article out earlier this week about him, Christmas Day or the day Christmas Eve, out golfing with well-known Muslim, Islamic extremist sympathizers, whatnot. Yeah, we know. We know who butters his bread. We know who he is, and we know what he wants. And more power, more money, and fame. He's addicted to it. He's obsessed with it. And so anyway, we'll get to Obama in a minute, but let's finish this up with Glenn Beck. Let's finish this up with Donald Trump. So Glenn Beck comes out this week, and this, I'll get you a heads up warning. If you got children in the room, probably want to go ahead and send them to the other room. I'll give you a heads up, give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is Glenn Beck, and Glenn Beck's show this week, and because everybody's obsessed with Bill Clinton and the whole sex scandal, and then now Bill Cosby being indicted and post bail, and now he's facing charges from '04, which doesn't look good, man. So all this is all being drummed up. Well, Glenn Beck has this thing for Trump, and he just loathes Trump. Just absolutely loathes him. Just has no stomach for him whatsoever. I don't know where his hate derives from, but I don't, like I said, I don't listen to the show anymore. But this came out, and this was just unreal. This is what Glenn Beck on his show said about Trump, and after this, if you listen to Glenn Beck, that's on you. But I'm telling you right now, Rush has more class and wouldn't go down this road. This is classless and absolutely insane. So here we go. Kids out of the room. Go for Beck on sound clip 1C.
Do you know if we have Donald Trump as president, we will have the first lady who has been in porn?
Wait.
What's his... What? Melania. Google Melania naked pictures.
I don't think I will.
Did we vote on Trump's yet?
Yeah.
Did we say who we vote for?
She has taken naked lesbian shots.
What?
Look it up.
Really?
Look it up.
I mean, I'm
Trump. Look it up.
That's something you would know on your websites there, isn't it, Jackie?
Yeah.
That's right up
He
your
doesn't
alley.
like to talk about it.
Well, it's one reason. I think it's one reason why she's never at his side.
Right.
You never see her at his side. How are you going to do that? Or rarely. I mean for this. When he announced, she stayed away. The family was there. She was not.
And nobody has said...
You got it? Stu, you've seen it, right?
I've seen it. Hey, Donald, what would it be like to have a first lady who's been in porn pictures? Nobody said that to him yet.
Yes. This is Glenn Beck's show, and this is what they obsessed about on Glenn Beck's show. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, don't Google that terminology. There's no reason for it. There is no reason for it. Because there really isn't anything there. Maybe there are pictures of her, but to call her an adult star is just absurd. And I'm not trying to defend her. There's things that she did back in the day. I mean, you got Dr. Laura. Yeah, there's a couple of pictures come up of her back in college. Okay, whatever. How about Obama's mom? Yeah, that's a really bad one. She was actually involved with a filmmaker. Okay, well, I mean, it's Obama's mom. That's what Obama grew up with. Okay, I'm not trying to make what's right and what's wrong. I'm not trying to, he did it, she did it, they did it. No. I think what's going on here is I think that they're really coming out with the long knives on this guy. And they're trying to redirect and find just about anything to get rid of him. Trump never claimed to be anything other than a man for the people to do what he wants to do, which is to make America great again. What does that have to do with his wife 20 years ago and some pictures she took? Huh? Really? Why don't we talk about Clinton? Because there's more pictures involved. She did nothing illegal. She did nothing wrong. Well, it may be wrong in the sense from a Christian standpoint of view. Yeah, morally that's bankrupt. I wouldn't do that morally. However, that's not her now. And she's married to Donald Trump. She's not running the country. We're voting on Donald Trump. We're not voting on his wife. His wife is gorgeous, and maybe that might be why Glenn Beck might be a little bit, a little jealous. His wife was a model, supermodel,